Hey, Bridgeburners. Yeah, a Year of Rain, apparently, I don't know, I know Wardy's been working on them with it, and they've had, like, Eon Blue and other people coming to their headquarters, because it's there in Germany, and, like, playing the game and testing it for them. So, I haven't played Year of Rain yet. I'll probably try it out, for sure, but I have no idea. Yeah. Alright, guys, let's go. It is time for a highlighted match from the in-house Archon mode tournament, Carried, where one higher level player in Masters League carries a lower level player of the same race through to victory. Up here in the top left, it is Triple Helix and Flexible. Two players controlling the one team. Flexible is actually a Masters Protoss player, but his off race as Zerg is much lower. And he's actually in chat right now, and he said that he's actually undone half of Triple Helix's work and kind of messed up a lot of stuff and made it really hard for Helix and didn't really contribute much. That's how I always feel when I play Archon mode as well. Ooh, Hatchery barely gets down. We see, of course, down here in the bottom right, it's erikmaster and Augustin. erikmaster being the Masters League carry for the Protoss side. This is getting queued up. Mate, you're not even going to mine the minerals? Dude, you've got nothing else to do. How lazy can you get? You've got two players, and whoever was controlling the probe literally just queued it around the base. Have you guys ever seen a lazier probe than this? Oh my god. Oh shit. Alright, so the probe's gonna, okay, there we go. He's thinking about it. He wants to, no, he hasn't, okay, no, he hasn't, okay, he did it. He finally occupied it. There we go. So what you're meant to do here, guys, is just as a drone's coming in, you want to start mining it for about a second and a half, and then stop mining it. And all that does is if the drone will come and go, oh, this mineral patch is occupied, it's being mined, it'll bounce to another patch. And you want to do that on this patch, and that patch, and that patch. Any of those 4 patches especially. You can do it on the others as well, as it'll, you know, lose them a few minerals. It's not a big amount of harassment, but it does knock down a little bit of their income. So you can see, good job. Now this probe is being a true dickhead and just being very annoying. Hatch gas pool here for our Zerg team going for Queens. Zerglings, are they going to start Ling speed? We'll find out in just a moment. They're over 100 gas, and they go... Whoa. Immediate lair on the natural? Oh my god, cheesy. Cheese. The probe sees it, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck, man? Augustin's typing in chat to his allies. He's like, lair, buddy. So they're not even on Discord. Fair enough. We've got a depth there. I can't play Archon mode without being on call with someone. I would hurt myself. I get too frustrated. Kibrit, thanks so much for giving that sub to Imperious Punishment. What's up? So we're just going to cast this, and then we're going to do Kibrit's game that he sent earlier as well. Good to see you still here, Kibrit. And that'll finish up today's stream. Ooh, okay, Zerg's going to go for that. Ling speed now starting up behind us. I feel like this is just a lair to freak out the enemy, because there's not lots of drones on the way. That probe really wants to scout what's up here. It's been just a normal expand build for the Protoss. They've got a Twilight and then a Robo. It looks like an Archon drop build for the Protoss. This probe really wants to see what's going on. You got to avoid the Queen. Okay, oh, yep. Man, who's controlling the Lings and the Queen? Which one of these Zerg players is doing such a shit job? I mean, luckily the probe, there's nothing for it to see just yet. But oh my god, it's going to get out of the main. It sees, it's like looking around. It's like, hey, what's going on here? Its shields are about to start regenerating. Does end up barely going down. Needed to curve to the right a little more. But I think it's just a fake out lair, guys, which is really fascinating. Yeah, third base goes down. So this is going to scare you as the Protoss team. Now, well, it should scare you because you're worried about a Nidus Worm hitting you in like the next 35 seconds. I guess they did see some drones on the natural, so it can't be like the very fastest possible Nidus Worm, but I would be a little bit afraid as these Protoss players right now. By the way, I actually kind of like this wall off. The Robo is part of the wall, but it's also very protected. The only weakness is that Cybercore could get focused down by a Ling Flood very easily. It's a little awkward. This Adept's going to go try and get some more information, but Ling Speed is now finished. So Ling's Baneling Nest on the way. This is such a weird build from these Zergs. What is the goal here? Are they going to go Baneling speed? Or is it literally just like I'm going a lair? Because that's going to scare your opponent into building more defense normally. And then you're going to go for a super delayed Ling Bane bust? This makes no sense. This is so drunk. Triple Helix and Flexible. They're going for the do the thing that makes no sense so your opponent can't possibly anticipate it strategy. The I hope my opponent messes up real bad strategy. I like it. I'm a big fan of it, whilst also thinking it's utter stupidity. So we'll see how it goes. The Lings are there. We're gonna just morph 20 Banelings outside the base. Prism comes out. Is gonna see it. Is it gonna see? Oh, it doesn't see the Banelings. I mean, and now they're going Hydras. What are you doing? This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. 30 drone Hydra Roach. Okay, seriously, they clearly did not split up the role of macro micro, and Flexible's just doing random shit. He's like, Ling Bane busts always kill me, and I'll make Hydras, because they're good units. Oh, is this actually, you're kidding me. Is this actually gonna do damage? DT's warping in. Oh, if they hold position, they can actually hold there. They can hold there, I think. There's an Overseer morphing. Robo does barely get an Immortal. Good shield battery heal. The DT is holding the choke point now, and in terms of the units lost tab, it's actually relatively even, which is hilarious because that was such a bad attack. But I don't think it's going to stay that way. Archon does actually have a bit of surface area. Oh, you guys got to get out of there. Get out, get out. Do not fight that Archon. Oh my god, this Archon says, you want to dance? Let's go. And blasts a ton of those Zergs. We've also got a DT on the other side of the map. Zerg has 32 drones versus 45 probes. And this was such a terrible attack. Oh my god, you guys are so screwed. We've got a Hydra Den we can't even use. We're going Roaches now. Down on Workers against a dude who has a Prism, DTs, and Immortals on the map. Oh man, I mean, this is going to take special throwing powers to not lose this, to not win this game. Erikmaster and Augustin here. DT does go down, but they're just adding gateways. I mean, 7 gateways on 2 base, 2 Immortals. Guess you can just go smack a bitch, right? You've got so much more income, so many better units. There is Roaches with Roach Speed coming out, and these will keep you alive. I mean, maybe you can't kill them. Maybe you can't kill them, but you're already so far ahead. You can just drop a 3rd while pressuring and actually be way ahead. I'm surprised so many gateways went up. If that Nexus was down earlier, that would have been a real game winner for Erikmaster and Augustin. Would have pushed their lead further ahead. So playing a little bit conservatively after doing a ton of damage here and defending a big attack. I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to die to another wave of Ling Bane. Get some more production up. These Archons not really finding anything just yet. They are looking around, but the problem with doing it like this is you show your hand. I always like to go out of vision and hunt down the Overlords and that sort of thing. But you can see there's some pretty great Overlord placement. Triple Helix has got them. Actually, that one's a bit exposed. It can get focused down. Uh-oh, Queen out in the open as well. The Queen, oh, no focus fire. Erikmaster and Augustin let that Queen escape. I'd love to see them hit this Overlord. Try and get this Overlord down here. It's just going to rotate around, but oh, no. You need to regen those shields, son. That Archon has only got about 100 life left on it. This Prism, very low. Does end up surviving. Observer joins up. Obviously, you want to micro your heart out, but sometimes it's better to just take a break. When you're doing an Archon drop, giving yourself time to regenerate shields on both the Archons and the Prism, very important. You can see they do regenerate very rapidly. You can see those blue hit point bars just kind of catching up steadily refilling. 3rd base is up. Only 52 probes. We have not seen constant probing. Erikmaster and Augustin playing very scared right now. They've actually got an amazing little army. 4 Immortals and Archon Sentries. Shield batteries, you know, probably just a default part of their build to feel safe. But oh no, loses the Observer there to a Corrosive Bile. Trying to drop on the Roach Hydra. I think you got to reposition. Oh, you got to stop this, buddy. You're just wasting hit points here. Get out, 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 get out. Stop fighting. You're gonna lose the Archons, man. Get out of there. We're in the oh my god, Archon mode. Leave. Just leave. Oh my god, you absolute psychopath. Micros it down. The Prism on 5 hit points gets out. I mean, it does a good little bit of bonus damage, but it really was not worthwhile. You're taking so many hits there. It's insane. 4th base is up. But they're only on 48 drones. They're so all in. Equal army supply with a way worse army. Erikmaster and Augustin. Look at that. There's a wall of Archon Immortal Shield Battery Cannon versus shitty Roach Hydra Force. This is such an easy hold for the Protoss players. Got +1 attack as well. It's like, hey, I can just go fight you. And absolutely, you can take a fight. Go for it. Why not? Oh, it's going to be... second guesses it a little bit. What do we got? More upgrades on the way. That Forge is not spinning, so no more upgrades on the way right now. They're kind of a bit panicked. A second Prism is on the way. I like the idea of, yeah, send 2 Archons and the Prism off. Be like, hey, those are your units. You get to play with those. I'll do everything else. I always, in Archon mode, like to give one player a super annoying micro-intensive task, and the other player just does everything else. Just allows one player to exert a ridiculous amount of pressure in one moment without you kind of getting your responsibilities crossed over at all. So we'll see if that's what they're doing. The macro is terrible back on the Zerg side. 47 drones against 64 probes. I mean, look at this slow Baneling Roach Hydra Ravager. This is the most NA ladder composition I've ever seen. If you guys ever played a 5300 MMR Zerg on NA ladder, you know, this is what they build every game, and then they A move, and they hope the Protoss doesn't know how to force field, storm, spread units, build a wall, or any of the 400 things that defend such a terrible unit composition. It is so bad, guys. Your upgrades don't work. Like, you know, so many different upgrades you got to get. All the units are really average. I love whenever I see it, I'm like so disrespectful to Zergs that make that comp. I'm like, you're such a shitter if you're making Roach Ravager, Hydra Bane all en masse, like at the same time. I'm like, commit one way or the other. Don't be making it all at once. No. If you make a few safety roaches, it's okay, but we've seen roach speed, mass roaches, ravagers, hydras, banelings, speed banes, and lings all in the mix. I'll tell you, this is just waiting for some splash damage to explode all over its face and absolutely destroy it. Now, that being said, keep in mind, there's always the chance if you swarm around a Protoss army, they shit the bed, you get a big surround and you win the game, despite mining less for the entire game. Somehow, Helix and Flexible still have a chance in this game, but they really don't. They're really hoping the Protoss player shits the bed really hard. And you know what? I have faith. erikmaster and Augustin, they've been large and in charge ever since the drunk lair first 30 drone Bane bust into 30 drone Hydras. Worst strategy of all time. I love it. Guys, they're in chat. Triple Helix, Flexible. Who the fuck came up with that idea? I want to know so I can make fun of them for the rest of eternity. Please let me know. Protoss players on the other side, you guys can let me know. Did you guys split it micro and macro? Was it 50-50? How'd you guys do this? You're doing a good job so far. I'm impressed. I'm liking it. You're making Taste the Bacon, you know, proud. You're leading the charge here. These Lings going to come in. They're like, haha, we'll get one probe. It gets in range of the shield battery, instantly heals up, and it gives no Fs. Interestingly, going Fleet Beacon here for erikmaster and Augustin. I would love to see them go and kill their opponent. No Storm either, which is super weird. So, like, we've stopped at, like, 7 Immortals, 4 Archons, right? Oh, no, there is Storm. Where are the High Templar? Oh, they're up here. You got to bring those with your army. Guys, if you have a tendency to leave your High Templar behind, please do a thing where you just right-click them on an Immortal so they at least follow your army around, dude. Let's take a look. Chat says it was probably Triple Helix. Yeah, we reckon it was Triple Helix who made this decision. All right, let's throw him under the bus. It seems like he's gone to sleep, so good to know. Flexible, where'd you go? He says, yeah, it was Triple Helix in charge of the macro. Yeah, he chose that build. Sure, okay. So, yep, throws his teammate under the bus. Nice to know. Plasma shields, +1 flyer weapons. This is constantly going for the prism in the main. You guys know I'm not a big fan of that. I lost a game yesterday because I kept going for that and losing my prisms. I really like the prism just setting up like here and just sending zealots in while your main army kind of pokes around on the other side. I feel like at this point we've seen the Protoss player build an advantage and then they haven't used that advantage for anything and they're just like, oh, go to the next step. Oh, go to the next step. The problem is, I feel like we've been maxed for a while. We could have been maxed a long time ago and then forced a fight. I think right now we see, okay, we're kind of getting our army split up. We're struggling to defend a little bit. I think you really want to just focus on defending as best you can. Finally, good zealot counter on the south. Warp Prism in the main, drops in DTs. The big army comes in. Oh my god, big storms on that army. Banelings crashing into Archons. Another big storm. Ravaged at the same time. DTs. Oh my god, mass DT warp in the main. Down here, Roach Hydra microing is going to deal with those zealots. But that main base is toast. We are going to see the Spire getting sniped. The spawning pool looks like the Baneling Nest and the Hydra Den. Pretty much the entire Zerg tech is about to go to Dicktown. Or Douchetown, I guess. You know, they're getting killed by Douche Templar after all. Either way, it's a kind of stinky place. It's not somewhere you want to be. Is he trying to hot pick up DTs as they're getting focused down and then re-drop them? That was some of the funniest shit ever, guys. You see someone try to hot pick up DTs when they're getting shot by like 14 Hydras at a time. It's like, you know that's not possible, right? They do get almost instantly killed. Warp Prism on the south side, though, is going to be what we call a douchebag. DTs, zealots all over the shop. I'd love to see the main army pushing across this map, but definitely erikmaster's style is much more about, I'm going to sit at home and absorb your attacks, and I will harass you to death while going to Sky Toss. Big ground army sitting there, just kind of hanging out, and you know what? Triple Helix and Flexible still at that 50 drone economy they've been at all game. DT is going to come forward. There's no detection. DT is going to try and fight it. They do take out 1 or 2 Hydras, and I wouldn't mind them just picking up. They're going to go for some drones, I think. 1 drone and a Baneling Nest. Oh, bad Prism. Prism does go down. No more Prisms left on the map. Looks like these DTs are going to be toast. Or actually, in this case, not really toast so much as a pack of sparks or a little wisp of smoke. depending on which DT graphic they randomly end up having the death animation of. It is 2 Stargate carrier, guys, so it's a pretty slow transition into carriers. Let's see. Yeah, big advantage to the Protoss players. I mean, I love that the Zerg here is like, I gotta rebuild the Baneling nest because my Roach Hydra needs more Banelings in it. This is a great composition, guys. Going for the 2-2 upgrades on Roach Hydra Baneling is, I usually, against Storm Carrier, with already Mass Immortal Archon on the ground, like, I feel like this is the right time to be going Baneling Roach Hydra. You know, I said it wasn't good, but like here, at this stage of the game, it might just be what the Zerg needs. The worst units in the game up against the capital ships of Protoss. We'll see how it goes. DT here, he says, you know what, I don't mind a tentacle to the face. You know, it's hentai and it's art. Just kind of does end up getting killed for that one. Apparently, here on Acropolis, hentai is actually dangerous. Zealots are going to pull back for now. Roaches and Hydras on the south side. What do we got up here? We got these Zealots just going for a little walkabout. Can we nickname Erikmaster and Augustin the Spoon Protoss at this point? It's like, dude, all you need to do is pick up the fucking peas on the plate and eat them. And he's like, oh, it's actually, and he gets the fork, actually. He gets the fork and starts picking up peas one at a time. He's like, no, I will only backstab with Zealots while slowly making carriers. And you know what? Corruptors are coming out. Corruptors do hard counter carriers. So if you don't land your Storms and use your Archons properly to hit those Corruptors, like, you can actually lose carrier versus that. That being said, though, if you get +3 attack and they don't have any armor upgrades, those Corruptors will die very quickly. So we'll see exactly what happens. This game was over 10 minutes ago, chat saying. Potentially. The thing is, you guys don't understand. At this point, Protoss is like, I shall slowly progress to the next step of the game. I've told you guys before about how Erikmaster's style is always to have like 400 batteries and cannons, and like to make the opponent think they still have a chance, and then, you know, they'll just slowly lose. It's very Florencio-esque. Oh shit, Triple Helix and Flexible say, let's take a piss on your base. Erikmaster with the sick multitasking is actually too slow to react. That's gonna go down, man. That's gonna go down. The carriers do engage. Stalkers come here as well. I mean, the Corruptors will pay a bit of a tax for that. Get out of there, dude. What are you doing? Leave. Leave, 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 leave. Corruptors are gonna leave. I mean, not a bad Nexus Snipe. Unfortunately, your opponent can just instantly rebuild it and is already on 7 bases. So you've been fucked, I believe. Shadow Stride's on the way. Oh my god. Guys, for the first time in this game, Triple Helix and Flexible. Look at this. Drones popping out. That's right. First time the Zerg has been above 60 drones. Lingbane, definitely the counter to carriers. I mean, this game needs to go for a lot longer for there to be any chance for the Zerg. And I think it might actually be that way. Like, it looks like they're pushing, but don't. He killed a creep tumor. I know Erikmaster. He's satisfied. He's like, I killed a creep tumor. It's probably enough. Let's go home. I need another interceptor, and I need DT blink before I find. Like, go! Kill him! Kill. Oh. Big surround, but they're all shit units. If he hits every High Templar, there's still not enough Corruptors. Oh, the Banelings! They end up hitting every High Templar. One High Templar surviving. There's still one Storm left in there, guys. One Storm left. I'd love a big Storm of those Hydras. The carry is actually starting to take damage, but, I mean, there's just not enough Corruptors to focus them down. Mass Immortal on the ground, still standing strong. And Triple Helix and Flexible, they find themselves on a one-way trip to D-Town. Yep. Smells like Gooch Village, man. This is a big Protoss. They're using Changelings to try to defend right now. They're like, hey, no, you can't come this way. The Immortal's like, we really don't care, man. 20 Hydras is the remax. The chances of that working, pretty low, I would say. Still down 60 supply. Hydras, Roaches, Ravagers turning around. Nice micro here from the Protoss. Does decide to engage with 2 Stalkers, an Immortal, and a Carrier on their own. And one Carrier will get focused down. You know what, Erikmaster? I think you need to pull back. I think that's the right call here. Erikmaster actually has a Prism with the attack. Can you guys believe it? Erikmaster almost never has a Prism reinforcing the attack. I think it's Erikmaster, right? I'm pretty sure it's Erik. I don't know. I keep watching Protoss players who always forget. I guess it's like every Protoss player, right? To be honest. I might be thinking of No-Pret, actually. I feel like it might be No-Pret who always forgets that, man. But, yeah. Gonna warp in Archons. Oh, an Alpha of Chads. Actually, oh, man. A third Chad rocks up. Fuck that. Alpha of Chads is way better. But 3 Chad's going to deal with any Corruptors that come out. Trying to build Corruptors and Infestors. They're like, I feel, isn't Zerg Ember at this stage of the game? We are going to fast forward. Okay, this game. I kept thinking they were going to make a big throw. They're not. They're just taking forever to actually win the game. So we're going to fast forward. Ah! It was actually like, there was a few moments where I thought it was dicey. I was like, oh, they're going to fuck it up in the next fight. But because they never pushed, there was no chance for their army to get surrounded. So let's give it to Protoss players here for actually just playing it super safe and reliable. Oh, prismatic alignment, go, go, go. Okay, Corruptors come in. They're like, nah, we dead. Helix has left the game. Flexible also says GG. And that's it. GG, well played. Nicely done. Well, that was addicting. That was the worst build order I've ever seen from a Zerg Archon, guys. That was incredible. That opening made no sense.